Freemasonry means you are not submitting your hands to me to bless your work. You take it to the desert to sell it.
Sure.
Yeah.
You refuse.
Remember how God was talking to Solomon. Ati, go to Lebanon. I have go find a certain guy by a certain guy name from this family, and they have a skill, or they are skilled in the mason of cutting the tiles and the tree. He would tell them where to get the timber, where to get the cedar, where to get all those. How the people who will do the pottery, the Lord will skill those people. Around the time of Babylon, when they were in slavery, remember, there were people who still remain in the land. Samaria still remained because that's where the mixture came from. This is what you call Ashkenazis. When then the people when the Babylon happened, remember there was an episode where the king of Babylon at the time took the white people to go and set them in Samaria. When he export these people, then babedliwa by the lions and all the bears. Then they realized that it is spiritual. There's nothing they have not done, but these lions are still eating them. Then the king then went back to Babylon and said, I want certain priests, I'm going to house them and pay them salary to go and teach white people the gospel or the Bible, what to do on Saturday. They were still worshipping their Monday to Friday gods, but still going to the temple on Saturday just so they won't die. This is the thing that the African spirituality people, when they say that, it's forced. No. The white people don't like our God. They, in order for them to occupy the land that our God gave to our people, they had to come to the temple on Saturday. So then the mission house was established and the salary was established because the king of Babylon was training these people to teach the temple. So that these people, the children of Babylon will not be eaten by the wild animals. That's when Ashkenazis came from. They then more and more there was now instead of these ones who were taken by the king to go and study, they explorers. Now then the more white people came and said, white people say, life is good there, life is good there. They kept coming in droves, they kept coming to the temple, they kept worshipping until the Lord Jesus Christ came. When then Ezra rebuilt the big temple, there was now mission houses, which is what we call synagogues. That's what God keeps talking about. That in your synagogues, these were the places where the priests were destined to teach these people who were not black how to worship the God, so that they were forced into it. They had to survive by going to the temple. Otherwise, Monday to Friday, they would worship their gods. So, you see how the things came. Now they are saying, oh, Jesus, we were forced. No, we were always there. We fell. Then we had to find ourselves again. We were always there. I don't ask one of those, like, there was a friend of mine who was so adamant that it's time to go back to our roots. I had not read the apocryphal books then, and we said this is for white people, and I would say, so we have a traditional outfit. Like in the village, guys, you barely see a person wearing normal. This is what we call traditional outfits, is what you wear. A German nation is what you wear on every day. That's it. Growing up, those are the things that you wear. And I'll be like, so you dress like English. This is English version of clothing. You eat food from white people. You sleep like white people. You talk English. But then when you have to worship their God, suddenly you draw the line. Yeah, you are late. If you don't like white people, walk away from them. Let me see you. Stand you alone. Call on your God there. Call on your roots there. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm losing because you still can in the village. You still can. Why are you picking and choosing? You got radio station as you got a job. You are at school. Why is it that when you have to follow this one person, if white people came with the Bible in Africa, we had land, then they gave you the Bible and took the land. Don't you think that you need to get hold of the Bible so you can get the land back? They don't think further than the things that they get. They teach them half stories with it. Tell them, get the Bible now so that you can get your land. The same system how you got they don't want to reason properly because unfortunately I live around people who were godly without a church. I live around people who were I still live around people who were priceless in life. People who would say that, like my uncle died saying, would say,
Wow.
like he would look at the people at athi nguThixo othelo ufuna abafazi from hills every now and then.
Exactly.
Athi uThixo wadala abafazi namadoda for reasons.
Oh, yena wakhethola ubya.
It's the way that they I mean, see, we are the Lord says we are worshiping the way of the Garden of Eden. It was the woman that deceived the man. This is why it's very tricky when people say that you can be a born again 75% and married in the world, your husband will follow you. That is manipulation. That is manipulation. Because that is the way of Eve. That is the way of sin of the garden. You need to follow the man. You can't be judging the men around. This is why most of the reason why, because I talk to a lot of men. The reason why men don't come to church is not because they don't like God. It's the way women in the church handle themselves. Men are very godly in their nature. Men, you don't have to teach a man. This is why people don't get what we don't know what to teach our sons. Don't teach it. Your son knows everything. Men come fully built. You don't have to augment nothing. Men knows what's right and what's wrong. This is why you find that if you are a single parent and you come out, you are dressed like this. Your son will look at you and fight. I remember I went to some party with my cousin, Saba no 10 Sabuya around 10. And my son was sitting in the sofa. It was around 5. He fell in the tap attack. And I was like excited. He said, hey, how's everyone? He was only sitting there. And he looked at me and I thought, who fell up? How is this card? I had a choice to say, hey, Uma wako wena. There was a birthday party. And then was a party. You build your son to trust the world around him. You need to validate his opinions about things because he's seeing what he's seeing. You can never be like a to tell. Exactly. A man is a man. A man is a man. They, as early as 12 years old, they know what they want. They know where they're going to go. And men can look at a thing from afar. Men study things. They can sense a thing. The way that we carry ourselves. Like, I went to my previous workplace, when I came back to Devon. There was a best friend of mine there. Who and my boyfriend is she. So, my boyfriend likes you. It's which one? And she was not afraid. I am not decided yet. But guys, I don't know. Like, my boyfriend likes him. It's which one? Sure. That guy is a typical Zulu. I used to ask Utivavs is his Sutu. /Xhosa stay straight. What are you doing with the Zulu from Escort? Like, what are you doing? Like, that guy is so typical with the hair, but that guy is shame. He's learned bad. That guy is a proper Zulu. Some of those kind of people. Like he's like we are the same age group, but those kind of I think we should the other one all about us versus lonely. Ati no una like friend for real. Utu Benzil. Ati we watch you because he believes what you are sent by God with I friend. It's scary. I have more men following me than women. That's the thing about men. They don't want to be seen. They don't think for themselves.
Ngafihla.
What do you mean? In my private message, I have a lot of them.
And there's only two now.
Makes sense.
Bona madoda alida nathi sibamotivate.
Niphi,
So
niphi.
that if I fall, then
Or what cooking? What
you know what I mean. Men are very careful in what they're doing. They don't like falling and making yourself an embarrassment because they understand they hold the society. You go to that church because a certain man that you respect goes to that church. Now when that church, even if that church falls, you remain because
loyal to
they are
that.
trust, like, you know, that man got me from a very shady place. You know what I mean? Even if he's going through some stuff, I'll stay because your respect for the man won't let you leave the man. So men have an understanding that I need to be sure that I am sure of what I am sure of. There's people that I used to fight with 3 years ago that are in my private section, asking me to pray to the Lord, like the Zulus in my private message, strange thing, talking about I must ask you the Lord to have mercy on them and their children. It is the most beautiful thing.
It is.
See, I know you are sent by God. Please help me.
Wow.
I just thought the Lord can save me and my children. Because another thing about men can see the environment. If there's any person that understands environment, no, it's men. Men will tell you when there's a big snake in the forest before you enter. They will say the way that the birds are acting, there's something big in there. And then when you know just about the
Faith not by sight.
Yes.
That have scriptures to defend the nonsense. Even if I come to a man and say God sent me, a man will say then they will watch how I act, the way that women act around men. It causes men to leave the church, not God. And therefore, that's why women are frustrated, because God is looking at you rebellious. People will be saying out there, you are out there, people, and you're talking about, then God talked to me. Yes, whenever you say a person says God talked to me, they don't know the name. People that says God said and Jesus said, they don't know the Lord.
Masiba busy ka rapture kwa ngo Jesu uthi.
The spirit realm you enter. You have somebody to let you in there. You can't just see in the spirit. You can't just. There has to be legal means, because the spirit realm is open for everyone. Now, if you don't, and in order for you to enter the spirit realm, you have to know the one that you are entering through, so that when other voices, because in the spirit realm, people can mimic anything.